that, nothing to be nervous about, but just I want you to know that they are on and part of this meeting. Everybody's really excited. I see that we've started recording as well. So the meeting will be recorded for record keeping purposes. We have our deputy clerk on the meeting tonight who will be taking the minutes and has been really the spearhead to work with this commission. So thank you, Shelley. We have our city clerk on too, Linda Keller. She's navigating and making sure that we're going to be connected to Facebook and streaming live. Just a note to not get distracted. Shelley, did you want to say something?
I just got notice from Linda that because this is a meeting and not a webinar, it cannot be streamed live to Facebook.
Okay, all right. Well then cancel that last statement. Thank you. All right, well, and my point was gonna be to not get distracted and just focus on what we're doing here. And don't worry about anything else besides all of us being together tonight for a really special occasion. I also wanna thank Frank Dombowski, who's with us representing the mayor. He's the chief of staff for the mayor's office. Mark Detterline has joined us too, and he is assisting John. So for those of you who don't know Mark, thank you, representing the Reading School Board and Albright proudly, right? So we're gonna maybe give 1 or 2 more minutes to make sure everybody is on. I wanna make sure everybody is on. Shelley, are you keeping track of, or who are we waiting for at this point?
Yeah, let me just double check.
And feel free for all of us as panelists, if you have comments or questions during the meeting. Most of you, I'm sure, are more familiar with Zoom and platforms than I. You can feel free to drop them into the chat. If you would like to say anything during the meeting, general Zoom etiquette is going to either be to use the hand raising feature, which I and John can watch for, or you can raise your hand just right there in the screen if you want to, and just wait to be called on, and then you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, you should be on mute the entire time. Any general questions before we get started from anyone? You all look fantastic. I mean, good job. I can see everybody's face. Everybody's dressed well, night looking good.
I think we're ready when you are.
Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. Welcome this evening to the inaugural Reading Youth Commission meeting. We welcome you from the city in this special event because this is our first meeting of convening with the youth in our city that have demonstrated their dedication to creating a better place to live, work, learn, and play. I'm Councilwoman Lucine Sahelnick, Vice President of City Council. It is my honor to be assigned as the liaison to the Reading Youth Commission. Melissa Ventura was unable to join us this evening. Councilwoman Ventura is the alternate for this commission and group. We are so very proud and honored that all of you have decided to take the step in a leadership role and to represent our city, to become the future leaders of our city. And we thank you, and we want you to know that we are with you every step of the way to make sure that we all succeed, not only individually, but as a city. So we have representatives representing the mayor and the mayor's office, representing city council. I want to just thank Councilwoman Hinterschnitz, who is here with us on the call. I know other councilors are going to try to join if they can. I also want to recognize all the team that supports you, whether it's your family, your friends, your neighbors. We are all standing here with you tonight in this first meeting of the Youth Commission. I want to introduce one of the most important people that you will be able to work with, and someone who is going to help lead and guide you. That individual is John Zabala. John Zabala, which some of you may know, has been working with us, with Councilwoman Ventura and I, and with Mark Detterline, who is also on the call joining us this evening, really to start to work and shape what this commission can look like, how we can provide opportunities for you, how we can make sure that that door is open for you to learn and to lead. John is going to be that leader. He is going to be that point of contact. He has been nominated and will be serving as the delegate. The commission is guided by the charter and the legislation to have a council member appointed as a liaison. That's myself and Councilwoman Ventura. But in addition to that, it's very important to have community leadership. And John is that person. So I want to thank John and introduce John for anybody who hasn't gotten to know him. And you will get to know him. And he has a lot of knowledge and leadership to bestow with all of you working together. So we do have the agenda for the meeting that is available. If anybody is tuning in and watching, please feel free to join us. You can go to readingpa.gov. From there, you can also be tuning in and watching through the Municipal Access channel on BCTV this evening. We will be recording this and it will be available for viewing after this evening. So you can share with all of your family and friends, and we will share it far and wide because we're very proud tonight in Reading to be activating our Youth Commission with all of you. So we've called this meeting to order, and the next step is to formalize your participation. That is a swearing in process. This evening, we're honored to have Judge Johnson with us. Some of you may know her. She is a clear supporter and champion of our city, a leader herself. She's made the time to join us this evening, and she will be swearing in every single one of you, one at a time. And so at this time, I'd like to introduce the Honorable Judge Johnson to all of you and invite her to begin the swearing in process.
Thank you, Lucine. Good evening, everyone. I want to first start by saying I am extremely proud of every single one of you for taking on this positive role and stepping into this leadership role. Because of you and with you, our city, of course, is going to have such a brighter future. And so I thank you for that. I'm going to start with Kylie. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Hi, sorry about that.
It's okay. So, Kylie, I'm going to swear you in at this point. Okay, so the only part you have to, I just need you to repeat after me, but also I'm going to ask you to say your name as well. So, I say your name.
I, Kylie Shapiro,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
can you say that again?
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
The Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and this City Home
Rule Charter,
Rule Charter,
and that I will take this obligation freely
and I'll take this obligation freely
without any reservation,
without any reservation,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Youth Commission
the duties of the Youth Commission
with fidelity, so help me God.
Say that
With
again.
fidelity, so help me God.
And fidelity, so help me God.
Awesome, congratulations. Next up, we have Morgan. Hi, Morgan. Same thing. I, say your name,
I, Morgan Hutchinson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any reservation,
without any reservation,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Youth Commission
the duties of the Youth Commission
with fidelity, so help me God.
with fidelity, so help me God.
Congratulations. Wilma? No? Okay. Johnny?
Here.
Hi.
Hi.
I, say your name,
I, Honey Davidson Martinez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend,
that I will support, solemnly
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any reservation,
without any reservation,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Youth Commission
the duties of the City Commission
with fidelity, so help me God.
with fidelity, so help me God.
Congratulations. Brandon. No? Okay. Winton.
Hi, Judge. Great to see you.
Likewise. Ready?
Yes.
I
I, Vincent Butler II,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of
the
Pennsylvania,
Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any reservation,
without any reservation,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Youth Commission
the duties of the Youth Commission
with fidelity, so help me God.
with fidelity, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Wesley,
It's an honor to be sworn in by you, Judge Johnson.
likewise. So proud of you. Ready?
Yes.
I
I, Wesley Butler,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any reservation,
without any reservations,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Youth Commission
the duties of the Youth Commission
with fidelity, so help me God.
with fidelity, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't want to mess up your name. Sonia?
Saoni.
Sione. I apologize. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. I
I, Saoni Segura Alcántara,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any reservation,
without any reservation,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Youth Commission
the duties of the Youth Commission
with fidelity, so help me God.
with fidelity, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Genesis.
Hi, Judge Johnson.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
You ready?
Yes.
I
I, Genesis Munoz Arias,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and that I take this obligation freely
and that I take this obligation freely
without any reservation,
without any reservation,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Youth Commission
the duties of the Youth Commission
with fidelity, so help me God.
with fidelity, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jose,
It's an honor to meet you, Judge.
likewise.
Thank you.
Are you ready?
Yes.
I
I, Jose Tineo Radio,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and the City Home Rule Charter,
and that I take this obligation freely
and I take this obligation freely
without any reservation,
without any reservation,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Youth Commission
the duties of the Youth Commission
with fidelity, so help me God.
with fidelity, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you again to all of you for stepping up and to taking on this leadership role. Thank you, guys.
And thank you, Judge Johnson. It means so much that you were here this evening with us to swear everybody in. Just a quick little, another round of applause for everybody. We're getting accolades on the comments from Councilman Cepeda Freitas as well. We're just so excited, and you are now official, right? So let's go and do the business of the city. First and foremost, the city needs to meet all of you. So at this point, I gladly am going to turn this meeting over to be facilitated by John Zabala. John, it's all yours.
Wow. Thank you, Lucine. Guys, we're here. This is the first meeting. This is unbelievable. First off, congratulations again to all of you for being sworn in. This has been a long time coming. I'm just very glad that you guys decided to take the step forward into being the leaders for the next generation of the leaders in the city of Reading. Like, you guys really took that step. I'm appreciative of that. So the first thing that I wanted to do for this meeting is really just, break the ice with everybody. I know we're familiar with some, unfamiliar with others. So I wanted to do this little icebreaker where we give each other our names all over again. We say what district or neighborhood we are representing. We talk about what made you guys want to join the Youth Commission. And then lastly, let's tell us one thing you guys would want to address within your district or neighborhood. And as far as like alphabetical order, I trying to figure out who would go first. I believe that would be Genesis. So Genesis, if you can break the ice, again, this would be your name, district you're representing, what made you want to join the Youth Commission, and one thing you'd like to address within your district / your neighborhood.
Okay, so hello everyone, and everyone else who's watching. My name is Genesis Munoz Arias once again, and I'm representing District 6. The reason I joined the Youth Commission was to voice the needs of the youth in areas, for example, retention, keeping the youth in our city, and providing professional opportunities. Many of the youth, they want to leave the city because they don't see a potential for them to grow. And then I also would like to focus on the pregnancy rates and lower the pregnancy rates in the city of Reading. I think I'm missing something else, John.
I mean, if those topics are to your heart and that's really what you're feeling, then you said what you had to say. There's no that you missed the topic. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
I thought
you said what you said what you had to say. That's the most important part. And thank you for that, Genesis. Thank you very much. I believe next, if I'm trying to go alphabetical order. I believe that'd be Scotty. Scotty would be up next. Scotty, my man, give us your name, district you're representing, what made you want to join the Youth Commission, and one thing you'd like to address within your district or your neighborhood.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Winton Butler II, representing District 4. The reason why I joined the Youth Commission had to do with, unfortunately, the injustices that have happened not only this summer, but over our lifetimes. I've learned that in certain cases, legislation is what drives most of these injustices from being served, making sure that justice is served. And it started with Reading, since I'm from here. So I really thought about who is in charge of writing legislation, who's in charge of accepting the recommendations and things like that. So I joined the Youth Commission because I wanted to see the process of legislation being crafted and also how it's introduced. And then another part of it is I just want to serve the residents of Reading, not only my district, but how we can make Reading a better place. And like Genesis said, make kids our age want to stay here and make everything prosper and grow.
Gotcha. Thank you for that, Scotty. Thank you. It sounds like so far the theme is retention. So we'll definitely be addressing those needs as much as we possibly can within the future meetings. Today is more so the introduction, but future meetings we will be attacking those issues. And thank you again. So next up, I gotta get this alphabetical order right. I'm gonna say Wesley is up next. So again, it's name, district you're representing, what made you want to join the Youth Commission, and one thing you'd like to address.
Hi, everyone. My name is Wesley Butler, and I'm representing District 4. And also, I am running for District 4 councilman. So people in District 4, please vote for me May 18th. But with the Youth Commission, the reason why I decided to join is, growing up in Reading, I've heard people say that they want their kids to come back from college or, stay here and be able to raise their families and have good paying jobs so they're able to own their homes instead of rent. And I am that generation, and I want to see that come to reality. And so I feel like joining the Youth Commission will, help me and others, get that plan to fruition. And in order to see that, the youth do need good paying jobs, and they need a clean and safe environment, and they need more recreational activities. And so I'm proud to be a part of this commission. One thing that I would like to see happen is addressing mental health. I feel like that's very big, especially during times like this with COVID. You know, people are, losing their minds or not being able to, help themselves. They need help from other people. And so I just feel mental health is, one thing I want to see happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And yes, mental health definitely within these times is an issue that definitely needs to be addressed. I believe with, you guys leading the way, we'll be able to address mental health within young people specifically. And, having people around their age, looks like them, everything of the sort will touch them in a way that allow them to see what can be done to address those issues. So thank you for that, Wesley. Next up will be Sayonai. Did I say that right?
No, it's Saoni.
I was close. I apologize.
Okay.
But if you can, just give us your name one more time, the district you're representing, what made you want to join Youth Commission, and one thing you'd like to address in your neighborhood.
Okay. My name is Saoni Segura Alcantara. I'm from District 5. What made me want to join the Youth Commission was that it kind of gave the youth the opportunity to kind of address the youth problems. So it's kind of us trying to figure out how to make Reading better for us. I kind of like that aspect that it wasn't like older people, it was kind of the youth like working towards making Reading a better place for the youth. And one thing I would like to address will be, like I mentioned on my application, will be mental health too. I feel like nowadays we're not really worried about our mental health. We're more worried like about our physical health or like school or jobs, and we forget to take care of our minds. And I think that's highly important. I feel like you need to have a good mind so you can like do good in like school, your job, or like whatever it is you're trying to do. Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, so far the main topics at hand seem to be retention and mental health. So again, within these future meetings, we will be addressing those two issues specifically. So I'm gonna get it right this time. Hold on. Sayoni? Nah.
No, Saoni.
Saoni. All right. I got you. I'm gonna remember that mental note. Saoni. All right, cool. Okay. So next up, we got Honey. Did I get that one right?
Yeah, it's
Hey,
just
there we go.
honey. It's just spelled different. So
Got
as
you.
you said, my name is Honey Davison Martinez. I am representing District 3, and I decided to join Reading Youth Commission because I would like to speak on the behalf of Reading Youth as I'm still a youth and give my understanding and viewpoints of issues that happen in Reading as some adults might not see from my perspective as they're adults. And something I would like to address is, like said, mental health. And I also would like to address homelessness in Reading and after school programs for not, I know there's the all of it, but there could also be something for like the older kids too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Homelessness is definitely a topic that we need to address within the city. I know there have been movements and legislation has been worked upon and worked on to try to address these issues. So to hear a young person say that this is one of the issues that we need to address will definitely, hopefully, it ignites a fire within some people to really pay attention to those issues. So thank you again for that. Next up, I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna say Kylie is up next. Kylie, so if you can, name, district you're representing, what made you want to join the Youth Commission, and one thing you'd like to address.
Hi, I'm Kylie Shapiro from District 1. I joined Youth Commission because I know most youths don't feel spoken for and don't know what's going on within the city. Two things I'd like to focus on is recreational and mental health. Because during COVID, most kids, they could join all of it, but they don't want to go in person and be feared with COVID. They want to be able to find ways that they can talk to other people and have their mental health dealt with and see people their age without fearing being sick.
Excellent, excellent, absolutely. Now, Kylie, I heard you say mental health, but the first issue I didn't really hear. What was that first one?
Recreational areas.
Recreational. Okay, got you, got you. Okay, let me make sure I'm writing this down. Cool, cool. Yeah, and definitely need spaces for people to hang out, have activities done, everything of the sort. So, as far as like cleaning up the neighborhoods and cleaning up these recreational areas are definitely topics that we need to address and issues that we need to address within the city. So, Kylie, thank you for that. Next up, I'm gonna say Morgan is up next. Morgan, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great actually. So if you can, just your name, district you're representing, what made you want to join the youth commission, and one thing you'd like to address within your district.
Hi, my name is Morgan Hutchinson. I'm representing District 1. I wanted to join because I wanted to show that people as young as teenagers can do something big for a city. A thing I would like to bring is pollution and how we can handle it better with cleaning it up and how to make the homeless rate go down.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Pollution is definitely a topic that needs to be addressed, especially with all this technology at hand. I'm sure there's a lot of light pollution going on, just pollution in general with like the littering and everything like that. So, yeah, they're very, very much so an important topic, Morgan, and thank you for addressing that. Last but certainly not least, we got Jose. Jose, my man, how you doing?
Noah, how are you? Nice to meet you, man.
I'm good, man. Nice to meet you too. So if you can, just your name, district you're representing, what made you want to join the youth commission, and one thing you'd like to address within your district.
Of course. My name is Jose Tineo. I represent District 6. Um, and one thing, well, this I had a whole list, but I'm going to boil it down to two things. Um, I want to provide a platform for the youth to for the younger generations to understand that there's many more things that they can do. They don't have to follow a rigid script with life and career paths and what you might call it, whatever. But also aside from that is kind of with mental health, but self-expression. I feel like I have been a lucky person to hang out with the people that I have hang out, have friends and people who take care of me. And I've always been given the platform to express myself and to be who I am freely. I feel like in Reading, particularly, this is a very amazing city when it comes to unity within like people not judging each other and everybody doing what they love to do. But kids don't really have a voice, not so much legally in the city, but as to decide and speak about who they really are and what they want to do. Is the idea of always like either college or you gotta do this type of career or you gotta be this type of person, you gotta do this type of thing is always being pushed in. And I think that um kids should be given a platform to express who they are and be themselves too. And one also, and probably I care more about this than a lot of things is like making the youth care about beautifying their city more too. Like I want the youth to be involved in making the place they live a better place for themselves. I really don't like when I drive around the city and I see trash on the sidewalks and stuff like that. And not even that, just like kids playing outside is a good sign too, engaging with each other. Maybe not so much now because of COVID times, but I just don't want I want the youth commission to do much more than just seek out help for children and give them a vision. I want it to be something that kids can look back and be like, well, I was able to make that decision because they helped us out.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, as far as like the self-expression goes, I mean, it goes without saying that we want young people to express themselves within this city. We want them to have a voice. We want them to have the opportunity to speak up. And that's one of the main reasons why we even created this youth commission in the first place. But I know obviously that's not the only avenue that people can take as far as self-expression. So we want to make sure that youth can express themselves in a multitude of ways. And then as far as the beautification of the city, man, I'm right there with you. I see the city of Reading, and hopefully a lot of other people will see the city of Reading as their home. And you want people to clean up their home. You know what I mean? You wouldn't want people walking into your house and it's a mess and everything like that. So I'm definitely with you on that topic for sure. Thank you all for addressing the issues that you are looking to address. I believe that with these issues pointed out to us, we'll be able to make the necessary game plan in order to help you all out within your district, your neighborhood, and most importantly, within the city as a whole. So now what I want to get into would be the expectations and the structure of the Youth Commission. So I don't know if everybody has the agenda out, but one of the things we need to do is review the Youth Commission enabling legislation. So with that, let's see what we got here. So if you go down to, and this would be page 2, it will show you bill number 47 from 2017, which is an ordinance in City Code Chapter 23. My apologies, Shelley. I just want to make sure I'm obviously leading this correctly. I'm just reading off page 3 for the kids, correct?
Yeah, that page is just the cover sheet.
Okay.
The exhibit A is where it gets into the details, the next page.
Got you. Okay, perfect. So I don't know, again, I don't know if you guys all have the agenda out in front of you, but I would like to read the legislation for the Youth Commission. So it reads, purpose. It is the purpose and intent of the City Council to establish the City of Reading Youth Commission. The commission will serve as an advisory body to the mayor, City Council, and managing director, my apologies, on issues of interest to youth and pertaining to youth in the City of Reading. So before I continue, I just want to say this is part of where one of the goals in this whole Youth Commission is to hold City Council and government accountable. So whatever issues you guys need to address, please address them ASAP to me. And in turn, I will address them to City Council and vice versa. Or if you guys have any issues and you would like to talk to a district representative, by all means, you let me know so that way I can put 2 and 2 together. That way you guys can have that conversation. I want to make sure, to Jose's point again, that you guys express yourselves as much as you need to in order to, make these changes that you guys are looking for happen. So yeah, with that said, I just want to make sure we make that clear that we're going to be an open book. We're going to be open communication at all times, no matter what time of day it may be. Like, you guys let me know what you guys need to express, and we'll go from there. Okay. Now, with that said, just to continue on, youth and young adults are impacted by the decisions of city officials, but seldom have the opportunity to directly participate in the process. Establishment of a commission will facilitate the participation of youth and young adults in local government, as well as provide city officials an opportunity to hear and address their ideas and concerns. Going back to that open communication, for a long time now, to everybody's point, it seems like young people weren't being heard, weren't being able to express themselves. And this is the first of what will be many opportunities for you guys to be able to express yourselves and the issues that you see within your city. And you guys are going to be the leaders within your own district for young people. So if you know people who have a particular issue in the city, that make sure that they are able to communicate with you. And in turn, you'll be able to communicate with me or one of the district council leaders. And then from there, we'll be able to make this city a better place for everybody. Okay. Now, as far as the Youth Commission members, you guys kind of already have a decent understanding of this, but the commission will consist of 15 members of between the ages of 14 and 22 who shall serve without compensation. Each council district shall have 2 representatives, which may include students from Albright College, Alverna University, and Reading Area Community College, who will be nominated by the district council member and approved by city council. Let's see. The remaining members shall be nominated by the mayor and confirmed by city council. Vacancies shall be filled in the same manner. If any member of the commission reaches the age of 23 while serving on the commission, the appointment of that member shall expire the following July 1st. Okay, now before I continue with that, I do apologize. I was going off pretty quickly, but does anybody have any questions about the purpose of the Youth Commission? Now everybody has a general understanding. All right, cool. All right, so to continue on then, members shall serve 2-year staggered terms, and each member shall serve until a successor is duly appointed and confirmed. No member shall serve more than 2 consecutive terms. The expiration date of all terms shall be July 1st. Okay, and then the commission shall elect the chair, vice chair, and a secretary annually from the members of the commission. The commission shall provide an agenda and a meeting report from all meetings to the city clerk. Okay, so this is actually very important. The commission shall elect the chair, vice chair, and a secretary annually from the members of the commission. I know we're a little early in the game and we're just getting to know each other and meet each other and everything of the sort, but there are opportunities to not only be a part of the commission, but also lead within the commission as well. So with that said, we probably won't get into the nuts and bolts of all that tonight, but if you are interested at any point of being a chair, a vice chair, or a secretary of the commission, by all means, we will address that within the following meeting. And if anybody is interested, we'll make sure we have a proper election, nomination, whatever the case may be, to ensure that everybody is fulfilling a role that they're looking to fulfill within this youth commission. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about that before I continue on? Nah. All right, cool. So let's see, city council shall appoint 2 liaisons. Okay, so this is city council liaison. City council shall appoint 2 liaisons to facilitate the activities and meetings of the commission, one of whom shall be a representative of city council. Both shall serve without compensation. So we have those 2 liaisons, and that is, well, technically that is Lucine and Melissa, if I'm correct. Yes, absolutely. Okay, cool. I got the head nod from Lucine. So if you guys have any sort of questions about council, about the chair, vice chair, secretary, whatever the case may be, and let's say for whatever reason or another, I doubt this is going to happen, but if I'm not available for some reason, I want to make sure that, Lucine will also be an open book and Melissa will also be an open book for you guys in order to keep the communication going throughout City Hall and young people, and like you guys, to ensure that we get things moving along nicely, even if for some reason I'm not available, which I highly doubt that's going to happen. All right, but with that said, oh, Lucine got her hand up. Lucine, go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes.
I want to make a comment.
Okay.
First of all, I am the council liaison, but that's really to be here to assist all of you and to be the biggest champion I can for the work that you're going to be doing. In addition, every single council member, I know Marcia's on, I think Johanny was on with us. Each of us are available and hope to foster a strong relationship with each one of you. So, there are different roles that we play, but I hope that whichever district that you live in, you will make the time to connect with that council person of your district and connect and build a strong relationship with that person. I know from the council perspective, we are willing. I see Marcia has her hand up, and I know Johanny's on via chat. Marcia, did you want to make a quick comment?
Yes, and I just wanted to look at the idea that beyond serving at your youth commission meetings, whenever there's community meetings within the district that you reside in, that it would be great to have you present at the meeting, introduced as a member of the youth commission, and then help to facilitate the meetings and be able to get community input, as well as inviting your peers to attend. So we haven't had as many of those due to COVID, but I think as we get back on track, bringing the community together, or you may have a suggestion that we want to have a Zoom community meeting. But I don't know, the other counselors, you know, may all have different approaches, but that's sort of the way I'd like to be able to work with District 2 to be able to have the youth representatives be part of our community outreach.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Lucine. Thank you, Marcia. Lucine, Lila, you got something to say there?
Yeah, this is pretty important. That piece of our legislation there is what gives us the ability to appoint you also. So that the two individuals there, one is council. Melissa is the council alternate. So if I'm never available to attend meetings or to support you, she's going to be your person, your go-to for meetings. But that also gives us the ability to choose you, John, without compensation, just a lot of energy and love to serve and be part of the leadership of this committee.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without compensation, man, listen, so long as we're helping the people, that's the most rewarding experience you could possibly get. So I'm fine with that. But yes, to everybody's point, I want to make sure you guys have a solid relationship with all council members, but in particular, the ones representing your district. I see Jahani has her hand up. Jahani, if you can, please go ahead.
Hi, everyone. You have no idea how excited I am. Like, I'm watching, I'm listening. Oh my gosh, I like our city, our community has such amazing young people leading the way and being the role models that our community so desperately needs. So I know we're gonna make so many great things happen. And I also extend myself out to you as well. I'm here to help, to support, and do whatever it is that I can to help facilitate, and get things moving. So I can be backup, third, fourth, whatever you may need. Like, please feel free to also reach out. And with my particular youth commissioners, we got a lot of work to do. So get ready. Thank you. And thank you to the leadership. Thank you to Lucine for spearheading this. Thank you to, city council or administration. Like, it's really a team effort, and I love to see things come to fruition. And John, thank you for volunteering and being so committed to making this happen and seeing it through. So very grateful for our great, beautiful city of Reading.
Absolutely. This is just a start, Jahani. This is just the start. You already know that one. But yes, this is going to be a tremendous opportunity for everybody and for the city of Reading to grow. But to get back into the legislation, just want to finish this out here. The meetings themselves, a quorum shall consist of the majority of the members present at the meeting, but no less than 5 members. So with that one, if for whatever reason or another you can't attend the meeting, if you can let us know at the least maybe 2 days before, that'd be much appreciated. So that way we know what to expect with this meeting and whether or not we'll be able to have it. And I know things could potentially pop up day of, but if there is something that you can let us know 2 days beforehand, that'd be much appreciated. Okay. Now, with that said, going on to number 2, all commission meetings shall adhere to the state regulations as defined in the Act of June 3rd, 1986, PL 388, number 84, known as the Sunshine Act. Okay. Number 3, regular meetings of the commission shall be determined by the membership, but the commission shall meet no less than 4 times per year. Notices of meetings will be posted on the City of Reading website. So we're going to take a pause here. This is actually one of the more important points of this meeting today, and that's finding out the frequency with which we'll be able to meet. So my idea for these meetings was hopefully twice a month, but I know for the most part, some people have busy schedules. So it's all a matter of you guys, really. Are you guys able to meet at the very least once a month? Can you do 2 times a month? At the least, it has to be a once a quarter, so once every 3 months. So I'm gonna open the floor to everybody to let me know here. I see thumbs up from Jose and Genesis. We got Wesley. Okay, so we got a couple of thumbs up. So is that for the twice a month or once a month, or what are we thinking here, guys? All I see is thumbs up.
Hi, I can probably meet once a month, twice a month. I'm not sure because I'm not how school's gonna be next semester,
Yeah.
but once a month for sure.
Okay, once a month. Does that sound good for everybody else? Once a month? That's pretty
Same
solid.
here.
All right, cool. So we all agree. Write that down. Once a month. Perfect. All right, cool. So we got that addressed pretty quickly, guys. See that? Communication is great. All right. So with that said, the last point here, as far as the meetings are concerned, minutes from meetings will be kept and copies of the meeting minutes will be sent to the city clerk's office after each meeting. Now, if memory serves me right, that's going to be to Miss Michelle, aka Shelley.
So
Am I
that,
correct?
yeah, they would be submitted to me. I am acting as the secretary for the first several meetings until you all get acclimated, but I'm looking forward to helping someone learn how to do it so that there can be a youth commission secretary.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shelley, for for helping out with these first couple of meetings here. But guys, as you can see, the importance of stepping up to the plate. If anybody wants to be the chair, the vice chair, or in particular the secretary, you already know now that if you choose any of these positions, you will get some sort of assistance, especially with the secretary position. Okay. So with that said, does anybody have any questions before I continue into the duties and functions? Nah, pretty straightforward. This is a quiet group, man. This first meeting, everybody's quiet, but no problem. Okay, so duties and functions. The commission shall A, identify critical issues affecting youth in the city of Reading. B, provide advice and recommendations to the mayor, city council, managing director, and other city officials on issues affecting youth in the city of Reading. Let's see. D, form subcommittees of less than a majority of its members as deemed necessary to allow for in-depth review of issues of interest to the commission. So I'm going to pause here real quick. So let's say, I was seeing a lot. There's like an issue that we wanted to talk about, such as retention, right? So we can have a retention subcommittee, if you will. So with that said, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us here. So it can't be more than 4 people on that subcommittee. Okay, so if you guys wanted to address these particular issues and you wanted to make a subcommittee of that, can't be more than 4. Okay, so with that said, just moving on to E. Well, actually, does anybody have any questions about that? Nah, still a quiet group, man. I don't know.
Just to give a brief explanation, it has to be less than a majority quorum so that we don't have to do the same type of advertising for the Sunshine Law.
Right.
That keeps the committee meetings more like a work group and not a formal legal meeting.
Absolutely. And was just using that example because there's 8 people here today. But yes, just less than the majority of the people that are here can be that subcommittee. Okay. Now with that said, E, make available to the managing director its findings and recommendations and present periodic reports to city council. F, provide a written report annually on the status of the commission and its activities to the mayor and city council. So that more than likely will be done between the chair, vice chair, secretary, and myself, just to make sure that things are addressed properly to city council. Let's see, just make sure I'm here. Okay, and then last but not least, G, perform such further duties as may hereafter be delegated to the commission by resolution of the city council. So yeah, so long as we get the job done and city council is all for it, we'll just have to, show and prove what we were talking about in this commission. But yeah, that is the legislation of the youth commission. I would highly recommend you guys read through it. And if you guys have any questions after this meeting, you guys can reach out to me, and then I'll be more than glad to, if I don't have the answer, I will find the answer for you guys. So yeah, we'll make sure we get everything done for you guys as best a manner as possible. Okay. So one of the last things is that is true. So if anybody were in need to reach out to me, I'm going to write down my email address here. Okay. So if anybody has any questions about anything within the legislation or if anything of the sort, you can reach out to me via email and I'll be more than glad to help you guys out. Okay. Oh, Frank, my apologies. I see that there was a message written here. On behalf of the mayor, thank you to each of you for your commitment to be engaged in order to represent the needs and concerns of our city youth. The city will ensure your voices are heard and respected. We look forward to working with you, and please let us know how we can support your work. Guys, you heard it right there from the mayor himself. So, if you guys have any sort of questions or you need any sort of help, the mayor just let it be known. He will listen, he will help you guys out. All right. And then also, is a quiet voice here, but we kind of have a special guest already on this call in Manny Guzman. So he is I want to say state representative. I don't want to say that incorrectly, but Manny, I know this is kind of like a left field sort of turn here, but I don't know if you want to say something to the young people here today about what you do and how you more than willing will be able to help out with anything that they need.
Hey y'all, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate it. I'm not that special of a guest, but I appreciate that anyway. As John said, I'm the state representative of the city of Reading. I consider myself a young person as well. Just like you all. John's brother, who we won't mention, Juan Zabala, was, literally one of my best friends. And a group of us and I. This is a mission, a struggle that started, 10, 15 years ago, when we met at Mi Casa Su Casa, Councilwoman Joanny Cepeda's restaurant. And, we got together and talked about how does the youth shape the city of Reading and what could we do in that capacity during those times to kind of shape and mold the city of Reading. And it's just so awesome to see, quite frankly, just how that vision has grown into an actual organization like the Youth Commission. And the one piece of advice that I'll give y'all is this, number one, I'm here to be helpful. I'm here to be supportive. Obviously, I'm here today because I want to make sure that you all know that my office is here to help and be supportive of your efforts. But in terms of your mission as a Youth Commission, I'll ask you guys to be bold, be progressive, be idealistic. The truth is that you all are going to be the pioneers of what the future of Reading looks like. There's a lot of great energy happening in the city of Reading. Hopefully within the next 5 or 10 years, we get the rail line back in the city of Reading, connecting us to Philadelphia, right? So there's going to be a lot of great ideas, a lot of great energy, a lot of great youthful energy. And we're going to all rely on your expertise. We're going to rely on you telling us what we need to focus on, what I need to focus on the state level to ensure that you all have the resources that you need. And of course, advocating through your city councilors to figure out how they can help you within your specific districts and within the city. So I'll shut up after this, but I'm so honored to be here with you all. I'm incredibly thankful that you all stepped up to the plate, are being leaders within the community. And I'm behind you 100%. So let me know what I can do to be helpful. If my office can help in any which way or form, we're here. and be bold, be powerful, be progressive in your vision and in your plans, because we're all going to be relying on you to help us mold what the future of the city looks like. So thank y'all so much. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, Manny. Thank you. Guys, look at that. You already had the mayor. Now you got state representatives looking out for you too. That's amazing. That is amazing. Guys, one last thing that we need to check out here. Actually, one of the last things we need to check out here is the establishing of the Roberts Rule of Order, just to ensure that we all have an understanding of how the ordinances and the resolutions are going to be addressed, and just explaining the differences between them. So how it works, I mean, this is pretty unique, and I won't lie to you, I'm going to be learning a lot of this myself too. So just so we read it all together, the Roberts Rules cheat sheet, it kind of gives you a general idea of like what you would want to do within a meeting, and we'll try to practice some of these within future meetings. But this is more so for you guys to understand how city council runs their meetings, which is part of the learning process for you guys. But I mean, in general, you'll see here, like if you want to adjourn a meeting, which, well, I mean, we can practice that at the end of this meeting. But you can say I move that we adjourn, and then we go from there. If you want to recess the meeting, if you want to complain about noise of the room, suspend further consideration, end the debate, whatever the case may be, that'll be all there on the cheat sheet. In particular though, let's see, we have the charts here that you guys, again, we'll be able to check out. I would say just check that out on your own there. But in particular, let's see, procedure for handling a main motion. Okay, so one of the main things when it comes to meetings is just like the handling of a motion. People have a lot to say within these meetings. People have a lot of viewpoints, a lot of ideas, everything of the sort, and we just have to make sure we establish an order to ensure that everybody's being respected, while at the same time everybody's feeling empowered and everybody's feeling included within these meetings as well. So with that said, some of these things that basically that go on within city council meetings, but I want to try to practice them here as well. It's just like some of these notes here, like nothing goes to discussion without a motion being on the floor. Obtaining and assigning the floor. A member raises their hand when no one else has the floor. So if no one is talking or no one is saying anything, then by all means you can like raise your hand and speak up when need be. The chair recognize the member by name. You see guys, I'm learning this too. But how the motion is brought before the assembly. So basically this is let's see, motion is brought before the assembly. Basically introducing an idea, introducing something to the floor. The member makes the motion, I move that, or two, and resumes the seat. Another member seconds the motion, I second the motion, or I second it, or a second. The chair states the motion, it is moved and second that. Are you ready for the question? So pretty straightforward. Again, these are a lot of things that we're going to learn throughout these following meetings. But I just want to try to address some of these things today. But before I continue on, I see Lucine has her hand up. Lucine, take it away.
Thank you, John. I just want to say you're already doing a good job of displaying Robert's rules in calling on us when we have our hand raised and conducting the meeting. And it's a lot to learn. Not just to be used for city council, but everybody, you'll start to find that these rules of order and how meetings are conducted, the law, the legislation, some of these words, unpacking how we do things and why we do things is exactly why this youth commission is important. Because if you don't have the opportunity to learn, you won't be able to play in the game. We want to make sure that everybody is getting access to learning how and why, so that you can bring forward your ideas in a way that can be effective. Nobody knows all of the rules. We always have to take time to talk with each other. And this is going to be a great opportunity and a platform to do those dress rehearsals, to learn those rules, to practice them, and to, one of the benefits of participating is, to come out of here and say, okay, I know how to participate in the process. I know how to present an idea. I know how to be an effective change agent for my community. And so nobody should feel bad if you don't know the Robert's Rules of Order, or if you don't know what the Sunshine Act is, or if you don't really know what legislation means or the difference between an ordinance or a resolution, because one of the goals is for an opportunity to learn those things. Nobody's going to assume that anybody knows them. A lot of us as council members might not have even known until we get introduced to them. So that's going to be part of that goal, is to make those introductions and bring that education forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Lucine, for that. So that way, just so you guys understand, this is all going to be a learning process. Again, like I mentioned before, I'm still learning this stuff myself. So I'm trying to make sure I have an understanding of this for you guys. And then, as you heard from Lucine, council sometimes has to learn or be reminded of certain things themselves. So it's all a process, guys. So if you have any questions or if you feel stuck, don't feel bad, don't feel alone, because more than likely somebody else is going to feel that same way. All right. But to continue on here, just with some of these things on the Robert's Rule of Order. So let's say the chair. Oh, we got a hand up, Jose. Talk to me, my man.
Miss Marsha had her hand up.
Oh, did she? Oh, I didn't see. I apologize. Marsha, go ahead.
And thank you very much, Jose. And I just wanted to say that there's so much that's being unpacked here that I think what helps me when I'm in a meeting is if I don't understand something, it's just to write a note, have a question, and maybe that could be part as the group moves on. There are many, many questions that are going to come up, and all questions are good ones. Okay. And sometimes there's different points of view of how to even answer a question. Robert's Rules of Order, and I will go back to when I was your age. That was the first time I was really introduced to it by my mom, who gave me a book. So how many of you have the Robert's Rules of Order, the quick book and just sort of raise your hands, all the people in the Youth Commission, because I think there's a gift that council is going to give to you, okay, is to be able to have your own personalized version of the Robert's Rules, the easiest one to use, so that you can reference it. So if you have any questions about it, it makes the meetings go so much smoother when you understand. And also to be watching our council meetings and to be seeing how we follow them. Sometimes we're not really 100% on target. I see Mark shaking his head. School board does the same thing. Okay, so that we all are learning in the process. So it's almost like learning to ride a bike. You're going to fall off a couple times, you get back on, and you just keep on going forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Marsha, for that. Definitely important for you guys to be writing down notes if you end up missing something, or if you're not too sure of something, and you want to, again, if you want to ask after the meeting or during the meeting, whatever the case may be, make sure you're writing down notes as much as you possibly can. I sent a link here of the cheat sheet. If anybody didn't have the agenda up and they just needed a link real quick, it is there in the chat. But to continue on here, let's see how the motion is brought. We mentioned that one. The chair puts the motion to a vote. Okay, so the chair puts the motion to a vote. So one, the chair will ask, are you ready for the question? So this is just a continuation from the previous point. Are you ready for the question? If no one rises to claim the floor, the chair proceeds, proceeds to take the vote. The chair says the question is on the adoption of the motion, that as many as are in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. Those abstain, please say aye. So yeah, it's very straightforward, guys. Now that I'm thinking about it, I would probably say this is just something that we would like you guys to check out, because if I were to read this all the way through, People will probably be asleep. We'll probably see sheep flying or jumping over the fence and all that. So we're probably gonna hold off on this. Just make sure you guys take the time to study this throughout the month before our next meeting. So that way, we can try to adopt some of these ideas and some of these procedures into meetings so that you guys get acquainted with it. But with that said, that was one of the final things to mention for today's meeting. But before we adjourn and we practice that first thing in the Robert's Rule of Order, I do want to open it up for requests for guests and presentations at future meetings. So actually, not opening it up, but asking you guys, is there any particular guests or any particular presentations at the future meetings that you guys want to learn about? This is something in particular that I want to make sure I'm doing right for you guys. Because again, these are topics that you guys mentioned before to us that are important to you. But I don't know if there's anybody in particular that you guys would be interested in hearing from to learn more about these particular issues in order for you guys to get a better understanding of what is done in the city and how you could possibly make that change within the city as well. Does anybody have any particular guess? Jose got his hand up. Go ahead.
Not any particular guest, but I have kind of a question, and to see if we can learn it through the youth commission. I'm very interested in how small businesses are handled in Reading. Primarily because I think that one of the problems that Reading has when it comes to being identified as a very impoverished city, it's not so much that there's not money here, but I think it is an issue with small business too, and how they employ people. Like some people not reporting their income, which I understand that some people do work under the table, and it's necessary for them. But I want to learn more about how that's structured in the city because it could help uplift that image that we have been, holding negatively for so long.
Got you. So you would want to guess that can kind of break down like the general synopsis of what it takes to like bring a business into Reading, what it takes to make sure they're establishing organization within their business and everything of the sort, if I'm understanding that, Jose.
Yeah, because I am not saying that it is discouraged by the city to not start one, but it is far more complicated here to start a business than I have seen in perhaps other cities and some neighboring states, and from experience.
Got it. Okay, cool. That is definitely an important topic because there's a lot of creatives and entrepreneurs in the city who may not know what that process looks like. And you guys having that knowledge, you'll be able to inform them with no problem. So yeah, we'll make sure we address that issue as best as we can and make sure we find the proper guests for, the topic that you're looking for as far as like the small businesses within the city. Does anybody else have a special request for like a guest or a particular topic? Go ahead, Scotty.
Thanks, John. A special guest I would like for one of these meetings is the police chief or someone from their staff, because there are policies and procedures the average constituent does not understand or can't put together how that affects us. So I feel like that would be very beneficial for the police chief or someone from their staff to explain some of those policies to us.
Absolutely. And again, guys, I understand that there's how do I phrase this properly? The relations are a little tense right now these days. So having someone like the police chief at hand to discuss procedures, policies, everything of the sort, I believe is not only going to help you guys better understand, but you'll be able to explain how certain things are ran as far as like maybe the police department in general. So Wesley, thank you for that. I'll make sure I'm not saying Scotty, but I appreciate that very much. I will make sure we keep that in mind for future meetings. Does anybody else have any special requests? Go ahead. My apology, Wesley. I'm saying, oh my God, And I'm so sorry. I said Wesley. I apologize, man. I apologize. First meeting. I'm gonna get this all figured out right. No worries. I do apologize. But go ahead, Wesley.
Yes, thank you. Just remember the one without the braids is Wesley.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. But yes, in terms of a special guest, I would love to have a magisterial district judge come. And it's, we just had Judge Johnson, maybe she come, or, the Honorable Judge Tanya Butler. But really to discuss landlord tenant issues. We talk about having a better quality of life in the city. And many of us have drove around and seen, poor apartments or, poor houses in terms of, the grass or, the windows are busted up or paint chipping and stuff like that. And just, for the magisterial district judge to discuss how they handle landlord tenant issues in terms of, in the lease, who's taking care of, the issues of the property or, just how that process works.
Got it. Make sure I'm writing this down. Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. And this not even kind of, it definitely ties back into the idea of beautifying the city, understanding how this process works as far as like the landlord and tenant issues, as it relates to the district judge is definitely important. So we'll make sure we have either Tanya or Judge Johnson within one of these future meetings. So thank you for that, Wesley. So yeah, I'm remembering. Does anybody else have any special guests or any special requests for like a presentation for the future meetings? The floor is yours, guys. Genesis, go ahead.
I don't really have like a particular guest in mind. Like my idea of guest would be people involved in the community. I would just like to have more collaboration and partnerships with for example, like colleges nearby, but also organizations, just to see how we can combine, their initiatives with our initiatives and, make a bigger difference.
Absolutely. And you're pretty much like referencing our involvement within the community and how we can work together with other organizations to ensure that the communication and the relations is pretty tight in a way where, we're all winning at the end of the day. Am I correct in that idea, Genesis?
Yeah, exactly. And working together to make what their vision is come true. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. Thank you. Does anybody else have any special requests? Floor is yours, guys. First meeting. I know you guys got ideas. There's no way you guys signed up and have no ideas. Wow, quiet crowd today. No, that's fine. But okay. No, I mean, if you guys do end up having like a special guest that you have in mind or any special presentation that you can think of for future meetings, again, my email is in the chat. If you have any sort of ideas, please reach out to me ASAP, and I will make sure I find the right people to be a part of these meetings so that way we can discuss further the issues that you guys are looking to address. But Genesis, go ahead.
So I do have like a general question. And my question is like, as far as exercising our duties and, working on specific projects, how does that work? Like as a group, we'll work on one big project and then I'm not understanding that part of it.
As far as working on projects and such?
Exactly. I'm sorry. It just got dark in here.
No, you're good. So
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, as far as like projects and community involvement, this is where we basically get ourselves involved with different groups and different ideas that are going around within the city and trying to bring that back to us as a collective to try to present them to city council, present them to Mayor Eddie, whomever it may be that we need to address these issues to, in order to get these issues addressed in a timely and in a timely fashion, basically. But if you're asking about like particular events and such, that is something that we can work on together as a group and see how we can get that accomplished. But that's something that we'll be able to address together. I see a couple of hands up. I saw Mark first, and then we'll go to Lucine.
Genesis, I hope you're well. It's been a long time since I've seen you, Genesis. But I think one of the things that's important to keep in mind, especially as it relates to the duties of the Youth Commission, is that a lot of the when you're reviewing the duties, they're very intentionally fairly broad. So that as we go down this path and as we start to develop the commission, we really can kind of push it in the direction that you guys feel those duties need to go. So as we start to have more of these meetings, we'll really be in a position to decide kind of how best the commission will be able to execute specific duties and in which direction we'll be taking them. So I think that's definitely important to keep in mind, just that it's very intentional, because for some commissions, they have very stringent kind of specific duties, whereas these are very broad. So we can kind of take this where you guys want to take it.
Thank you, Mark.
Perfectly said. Thank you, Mark. Lucine, go ahead. I know you had your hand up.
Yeah, I think something important to remember is that this is an advisory committee. And that may look and feel a little bit different than some of the things that you've participated on in the past. So, for example, you have listed a lot of really good topics in which you have interest and concern. So the ability then is for you to learn and educate yourself on those topics, not only in terms of what organizations or what aspects of those things are occurring in the city, but then able to relay that information and communicate it to city council in the ways that it impacts legislation. So city council, reflects on creating or amending the law, in addition to I'll say the fiduciary responsibility, but really the budget, the money of the city, right? So in taking things like homelessness or, mental health, what will be important is for you to bring your perspective, not necessarily for you to go out and create a program to combat homelessness, but to educate and learn who is doing that in our community, what are they doing, where are the gaps, how can we bring more awareness, and how can we as a city support that legislatively, financially, or executively on behalf of the mayor and his administration and direction. And we'll walk through that process with you. So I hope that's helpful in that it's not one big project that we're all going to work towards, but we're going to be continually learning, and you're going to be giving advice to us and to others on behalf of the city from your perspective.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lucine. Thank you for that. Yes, this is a full collaborative experience, but mostly an advisory experience where we guide you through what needs to be done, and then you guys guide us too, because this is all for you guys. You know what I mean? This is all for you. Jahani has her hand up. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you. And just to add on to Lucine's point, I would encourage all youth commissioners, and that's something that I definitely want to do with those that represent the commissioners for District 6, is that I want us to walk around our district and get to know what's in our district, so we can take some type of inventory of what our district has to offer, both with either social service organizations and so on and so on. So I know there'll be an opportunity for us to be able to do that, right? I also would encourage all youth commissioners to maybe start identifying youth in your districts, right? That, when the time comes that maybe there is an event or activity that you'd like to host or coordinate or whatever, that you start gathering interest, because maybe there's an opportunity for subcommittees of some sort, and to start kind of like bringing some other youth, you know, getting some other youth to be under your wing and preparing them to maybe fulfill your, you know, take your position when you age out or whatever the case may be. So, you know, just trying to think about like what we can do right now and as we continue in this role, because it's very new and you're going to shape and guide as to where it should, your roles and responsibilities. So
Johanny, you're kind of breaking up a little bit there. No. Oh, she was done. Oh, all right, cool. But
did I go on and no one heard me? Did you hear me?
towards the end, it cut off a little bit.
You know, your district and bringing someone with from a youth, you know, identifying some youth that would also want to participate or partake, that you can kind of like bring under your wing, or that can also be just as active in their immediate blocks or neighborhoods or what have you. I don't know if you caught everything else that I said, but thank you for the time.
Absolutely, and thank you, Johanny. But yeah, it'll be very important for all you guys to understand your district, understand it as best as you can, stay in contact with your district representatives, and then from there we begin to see something beautiful happen, which is the change that we're all seeking within this city. But guys, I think we've kind of reached the point where we kind of understand what we're looking for here. What I wanted to do before we practice this adjourning of a meeting is finding the next meeting date and time that works best for you all. I know we all agreed to once a month. So what day more or less works best for you guys? Will it be a Wednesday just like now? Would you guys want to do first Wednesday of each month at 6 p.m.? It's all a matter to you guys, what you guys are looking for. If there's a particular time frame that works best, please let us know now. I see a thumbs up from Jose. I see Winton got his hand up. Go ahead, Winton.
I think this is a perfect date and time for a monthly meeting.
Yeah,
Awesome. Go ahead, Winton.
I like Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. Does Wednesdays at 6 p.m. work for everybody?
I agree.
I got a thumbs up. I got an I agree from Wesley. Yeah, a couple of thumbs up. Okay, cool. So let me check my calendar real quick. So next month, that will be that will be Cinco de Mayo, guys. Oh man. All right. So we all have it scheduled. We all know it'll be May 5th at 6 p.m. will be the next meeting. And yeah, we'll go from there, guys. I mean, again, thank you all for participating in the Youth Commission. Thank you for stepping up to the plate. I know this is all new and we're all still learning our ways around here, but you guys have taken the first step that I feel is necessary in order to change the city of Reading around in ways that oh, I'm sorry. Does somebody have their hand up? Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sayoni, please say I got it right this time.
I won't be able to meet on May 5th. I actually have a final from 6 till 7 that day.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Okay. So, okay, I gotcha. I'm gonna make sure I write that down. Okay. Does May 5th conflict with anybody else's schedule? Nah. Okay. Cool. Sayoni, thank you very much for letting me know this now, and good luck on your final. I know you're gonna pass that with flying colors. But everybody else, we'll see you guys May 5th. Much appreciated letting me know that now. But before we close up this meeting, I said we were gonna practice the Mark got his hand up. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, I did just want to say, I tried to remain pretty behind the scenes, and that will continue to be my role. I just want everybody to know I'm here to try and support John if he needs me to, but he got it under control. So I'm just going to kind of float in the background. The city of Reading and the Reading School District, obviously, we have a lot of the same goals. We interact and represent the same people. But we are two distinct entities. So I'm going to put my email address into the chat as well, just so that you guys know if you have any issues, if you're talking to brothers and sisters or uncles and aunts, that you can always feel free to point them in my direction as well. The district definitely wants to help out, obviously, our constituents as much as city council does, and as much as you guys do as youth commissioners. So I feel blessed to be here with you tonight, and I just want to thank you guys for your service. And this is a really exciting opportunity. Let's get it done.
Let's get it. Let's make it happen, guys. Let's make it happen. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that very much. Guys, just so you see, the district representatives have included their emails in the chat. So depending on the district that you're in, please make sure you get those emails and phone numbers within the chat. And if you have any questions, just let them know. Lucine, I see your hand up.
Yeah, I just dropped my email into the chat, but I want to encourage everybody, if you haven't, to check out our website, readingpa.gov. There's a lot of information on there, but most important is the city council page. It will be able to give you direct contact to access all of your counselors in case they're not here tonight or dropping their email in the box. That's a great way to reach out to us and just make sure you know who that person is. Their information will be on that page, and a lot of other good information. So I'm really excited to be working with everybody. John, you've done a tremendous job this evening, and I just want to acknowledge and thank you for that. It's not easy to lead a meeting, and everybody is going to get that opportunity to learn the different roles of leadership. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Lucine. Thank you for the kind words. But yeah, guys, you guys have a whole team of people who are rooting for you guys to win, who want to learn more from you guys as much as you want to learn from them. So this is a tremendous opportunity, all in all, and we're gonna make sure we make this right for you guys. But with that said, we are gonna adjourn this meeting. So let me make sure I'm looking at this correctly. So I need someone to say, I move that we adjourn. Who's gonna say it?
I move that we adjourn.
All right, who's gonna second that?
I second that motion.
Seconded by Genesis. So guys, look at that. We already learned something today. Today we got the clap. We got the clap. Congratulations, guys, again on being part of the Youth Commission. I look forward to seeing you guys May 5th. And you guys have a blessed rest of your evening.
Good night, guys.